Welcome back, everyone. Here with his delicious salmon cakes that are bursting with flavor is someone who's bursting with personality. We love him so much. Welcome back, celebrity chef Daniel Greene. Back in our kitchen. So excited to have you. You have been traveling all over the world, so we're so excited to see what you've brought us back.
I love being here. This is one of
Well,
my favorite places to be.
as you can see, Larissa, Orly, and Paige also love having you, as does Cameron. So today you were going to make us your delicious salmon cakes. Now, I know that the salmon cakes, you know, you can make salmon cakes, fish cakes a lot of different ways, but these in particular are inspired by your travels to Thailand.
Yeah.
And Thailand has a very special place in your heart.
It does. You know, I've always believed my mission has been to be able to create food that is low in carbohydrate, low in fat, so people can lose weight. That's really been my mission. So not trying to be the top Michelin star chef, and a lot of times I have to compromise. But on this dish, I don't think I am. I think it's even better than how
Right.
the traditional
Agreed.
food-
Yes, agreed, yeah.
So we've got some salmon.
Okay.
I love the Atlantic salmon. It's got enough kind of meatiness in it to really bind in a blender without having to add any potato or any breadcrumbs.
So that's why you like to use salmon as opposed to any other sort of fish.
Exactly.
Okay. Then we're going to use this crazy pepper, this very, very hot pepper. It's called a bird's eye pepper.
Yeah.
Bird's eye chili. Can you? Don't touch it. Do not even touch it. Explain how hot this pepper is.
Well, like the smaller the pepper, the higher the strength. But these are the Thai peppers. You get the Thai bird's eye peppers. They are packed with real heat. So I use a tiny bit. If you want to remove the seeds, then that's the best way because it's even more powerful. But I'm not even going to touch them. I'm going to put just a couple in.
So if you were to say, how hot would this pepper be in comparison to, say, a jalapeno?
Oh, it doesn't even compare.
Really?
It doesn't compare. It's so powerful.
I don't taste. I know, I don't taste.
Because I am really putting a hair in and hope it's enough to give it. I hope so.
Yeah.
It don't taste like it's not like my
not
mouth.
burning. Not too spicy.
I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's somewhere between 15 and 20 times hotter than a jalapeno.
Oh my goodness. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So some red onion, and these are all going to bind together.
Okay.
And then we've got some scallions, they're roughly chopped. Lots and lots of flavour. The only fat, these are almost fat-free, the only fat's from the salmon, there's 0 carbs. We put in just a hint of sesame oil.
Okay.
And that's got some really nice flavour to
Okay.
it. Then I've got some egg. Now, if you really wanted to be even ultra more careful, you could just do the white and not the yolk as well. But I think, you know, we're being so good, we can...
Sure. And I really love this, and yes, it is so inspired by your travels to Thailand, as was your first cookbook, because I love that you say that was the first place you realized you did not have to put fat into a dish to make it flavorful.
I
And
think
that's
so.
really, it sort of started your whole health kick and helped you lose so much weight.
I was 65 pounds, it was years ago. But it was that aha moment when I've heard every chef say fat is flavour. I was like, hold on, that might not be right. Go to Thailand.
Exactly.
Now, this is fresh ginger, and I've just grated that and a couple of sesame seeds. And if we throw that in there, what we're going to do...
Just as simple as that.
And it is, and you see what normally happens is you would bind it with breadcrumbs and potato. So most fish cakes have got potato in them.
Sure, which makes them
But they're
full
not
of carbs.
Yeah, but that kind of is, you know, I don't think it tastes as good as this, which
No,
is
it doesn't.
all flavour. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of oil in this pan.
No, would you let that sit in the refrigerator, or
This
could you
one
go straight
was.
on?
This one was from the refrigerator because it helps you form them a bit more.
Okay.
But I mean, I make them straight from the food processor as well. So I'm going
Okay.
to throw that in the pan, and you can kind of tidy them into the right shapes in a moment.
I just can't believe they don't have breadcrumbs.
No
because they
breadcrumbs.
feel like they do.
Could you use any other sort of fish? Is there any other sort of fish that's substantial enough that where you wouldn't have to use filler?
The thing is, it really works so well with salmon because there is some fat in salmon, and it does help bind it. I would actually more go for like a turkey or a chicken mince that you could do in these,
interesting, okay.
rather than another fish.
Okay.
But you know what? It doesn't. If you don't love salmon, which I do, it doesn't taste overly salmon.
No, it doesn't
So I
at
feel
all.
like it works for everybody.
And there's
Palate.
some great flavors in there as well, yeah.
Well, and I think, as Larissa said, because there's so many other flavours, you don't predominantly just have the salmon. You're tasting cilantro and ginger. Now, look how quick these are to brown.
So how long would you do that? Just a few minutes?
I would say that was about 30 seconds. It depends the size. I actually make these for parties where I do little canapes of them. So they're bite-sized.
How
Because,
beautiful.
you know, you go to these either fancy parties and you don't always want to have fattening and the wrong stuff, and most of the things that go around is that.
Are they bad for you?
Bad for you. So I mean, I always love giving people options.
Is there anything in this where if you got sushi grade salmon that you could do it like a Or is there anything
Almost
in
like
this
a-
that can't be raw?
We're cooking this all the way through, so I just buy from the fish counter salmon. Sushi grade is going to be higher in price, but because we're cooking it, you don't really have to pay that.
Do that.
Sure, but if you did, I imagine if you did have the sushi
could
grade,
keep it-
yeah, you could keep it pretty
fantastic.
raw.
Like a little raw, like-
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I noticed the way that you're making these, you're only doing 3 at a time.
Yes.
So as not to crowd the pan.
So
correct?
whenever you're cooking, remember this, doesn't matter what pan you're using, but if you put too much in a pan, you overcrowd the pan, it creates steam and a heat, and that becomes poaching the food. So you don't get the color and you don't sear it, and you don't. That goes with anything in a pan.
Right.
Wow.
My gosh. Okay, I can't wait.
Oh,
to
it's so
taste it.
delicious, Debbie.
And you're also serving it with this beautiful salad.
Absolutely.
And you created an Asian-inspired dressing as well.
Well, and an easy one, because we're actually using most of the same ingredients that are in the salmon fish cakes. There's sesame oil, there's the ginger, just a little bit of lemon juice. And again, you know, we're keeping the carbs down by the salad because we're being so good with the fish cake, so we may as well carry on the theme.
Daniel,
Is
you're really
the
unbelievable.
sesame seed oil toasted sesame seed oil or regular, or does it even matter?
It doesn't matter, but it's regular. And funnily enough, a lot of people think olive oil is the only fat that's low saturated. Sesame oil and olive oil is about the same saturated fat.